After spending last winter living full-time in my Vauxhall Vivaro, I made a promise to myself that I would never do a UK winter again, and here's why. So where will I be going, I hear you ask? So my plan is to head down to Morocco. I'm going to be leaving the UK in around about a week's time, so when this video goes out it could be a few days' time, and I'm going to drive straight through France, get to Spain, meet up with some friends, and then we're going to go over to Morocco together. So number one, the UK winter. I think we can all agree that the winter in the UK is miserable. Daylight hours are short, the sun is low in the sky, and it is just not as pretty as it used to be. I'm sure I don't need to explain this to anybody who's actually lived in the UK over winter, but for those who are overseas, let me just tell you that the winters here are miserable. It's cold, it's wet, it's dark, the winds are bitterly cold. It's just not nice. It is really hard to find positives out of the UK weather in winter. So let's start with the cold. Living in a van full-time in winter is pretty grim. And yes, I do have my diesel heater to keep me warm, which I'm super grateful for, and it does leave me really toasty, but it definitely doesn't compare to the summer months in the UK. I'm lucky enough to have my sliding door open today, but it definitely doesn't compare to summer when I can leave it open all of the time and just bask in the sunshine. And with the cold comes condensation. My windows are condensated most of the time in these colder, darker months. It is a job I have to keep on top of, making sure that they stay dry and no mould develops around the windows. And it's the same with any bare metal on the van. So my doors, I haven't cladded yet, I haven't carpeted. I do get a lot of condensation on these, so I do have to make sure that I check on these, check there's no rust, check there's no mould, and dry them out. One of the reasons I'm going to Morocco is to save money. So I'll be saving money on fuel and heating. So the fuel in Spain and Morocco is a lot cheaper than the UK, meaning I will be able to travel for cheaper. And as well, I won't be filling up my diesel heater as much because I won't need it. In the UK at the moment, I'm probably filling up my diesel heater once a week, which is probably around about £8 to £10. It doesn't sound like a lot of money, but that's £40 a month on just staying warm. I've also found that now the sun is low in the sky and the days are shorter, that I am spending a lot more time driving the van to recharge my battery. I'm not getting enough solar through my solar panels anymore to keep my battery recharged, so I am having to spend money on fuel just to drive around to charge up my battery. Of course, I try and make this useful by doing errands, but there are some times where I'm going to the shop just to charge my battery. To explain a little bit on that as well, I have a DC to DC connection, so my van battery is connected to my lithium ion battery as well, and every time I drive the van I put around about 600 watts power, which is about 50 amps, into my battery to recharge it. So as you can see, I have 0 watts coming into the van at the moment, which actually probably isn't right, or maybe it is, because actually the sun is so low in the sky now, it has gone behind that hill, so maybe I really am getting 0 watts of power. It's not ideal. I'm on 85% on my battery at the moment. I've been charging my phone, my laptop, I've had my diesel heater on my lights, and I've been parked up for a few days. I do want to have a shower at some point, which again is going to draw 800 watts of power and really drain my battery. So to do that, I would make sure that I've driven to the shop and got my battery up to 100% again to do this. So the cost of living abroad is a lot cheaper than the UK, and that's probably quite obvious, isn't it? Because the UK cost of living is extortionate, and that is part of the reason I did get into van life, so I could have more freedom and more money to myself. I wouldn't have to work more, and I could keep more of my own money. I'm only going off what I've been told for this so far. I'm yet to find out for myself, but I have been told that 2 people can survive on a week shopping in Morocco for the equivalent of £10, which is absolutely crazy. My weekly shop at the moment in the UK is probably about £30, so there is a big saving to be made there. Again, the weather also plays into what I'm doing for work at the moment, which is content creation and YouTube. And when it's raining, I can't do any of this work. Now we're approaching winter in the UK, I'm checking the weather forecast a lot more often, and I'm finding that it can be raining for 2 weeks straight, which is not ideal for me. So I will have jobs lined up for Instagram, which rely on being in the outdoors, and obviously filming in the outdoors is not great for my equipment, and it doesn't make for good content as well when it's dark and moody and grey and it's just poor visibility. This is another big reason why I'm leaving the UK for winter, so I can continue working, albeit for the moment it's probably going to be more YouTube than social media, as I won't be able to get deliveries. I actually really don't know what to expect at the moment, but we're going to find out. Another thing about being in the UK over winter and content creation is that the days are so short, so I really do have to jam the most of what I can into one day. Last winter, when I decided that I would never spend another winter in the UK, I was really miserable. It was really cold, dark, wet, windy. I was cooped up in the van for most of my time, and when I did go out I was really cold. So I just said to myself, I'm not doing it anymore. I want to go to Morocco. I'm sure I'm not the only one who suffers with the seasonal depression that comes in the winter. Was it SAD, seasonal affective disorder? I'm not actually too sure, but I'm pretty sure I do suffer with it, because in the winter time I'm looking out the window and I feel quite miserable. For the sake of my mental health and my happiness, leaving the UK for winter is definitely high on my list. And I'm sure everybody's heard, if not said, the exact same thing, that you wake up, it's dark, you go to work, it's dark, you come home, it's dark, and it's just always dark in the winter. Nobody likes it, and it feels like you have no time to yourself anymore. I don't actually know how much longer the daylight hours will be there, but I'm going to find out. And yeah, I'll be so happy to not be in the UK for winter. There's not even anything really nice to look at in the winter in the UK. The trees are bare, everywhere feels quite barren and empty, muddy. The skies are grey more than blue, although it does look quite nice out of the window there at the moment. I've got my door open and it is freezing. My feet are quite cold right now. Another big reason why I'm leaving the UK for winter is because everybody else is. If we, add up all of these sort of negative elements of winter, and then to top that off, all my friends are leaving, what's really left here? I'm really looking forward to meeting my friends over in Spain, heading over to Morocco together. A lot of van lifers do choose to go abroad over winter just for the hotter climates, and it just makes total sense. It's so much easier to live this lifestyle in the sun. Your batteries are recharged, you don't have to keep an eye on them, and it is pretty freeing knowing that the sun is taking care of everything for you and you don't have to keep an eye on your batteries and manually top them up. Another reason for leaving the UK in winter is the whole point of van life is to have new experiences and see new cultures. This is what van life's all about, is having the freedom to travel and having the freedom to go to new places, literally to see the world. So of course I've got to go. This is the reason why I'm doing this, is to free my life up to be able to have these experiences and not be pinned down to locations, finances and work. I wouldn't say I'm nervous about going to Morocco, but I'm definitely cautious. I know there is a big culture shock there when I arrive, and there'll probably be a bit of an adjustment period. And as well, being a Muslim country, I'm going to have to make sure I'm dressed modestly, especially in towns and cities. So this is something I'm very aware of. And again, this is just adding to the life experiences, being able to see these new cultures and how other people live and indulge in it. I think it's safe to say next that this is pushing me outside of my comfort zone, and all the best things that have happened to me are when I've pushed myself out of my comfort zone. Going and getting the ferry alone and entering a new country alone, this is something that is a first for me. I may or may not be driving across Spain and France alone. It depends on the dates and when I'm free to meet up with friends, but this is all a new experience for me, and it's going to be a challenge. I'm going to be in a different country with a different language, and it's really going to push me to think. Part of the van life dream for me as well is to be completely self-reliant and self-sufficient, so only relying on myself to get me across a different country that I've never been to before. This is part of my journey and it's part of my growth, and it is something I'm really looking forward to. And when I get to Morocco, I'm hoping to find like-minded people. I know a lot of van lifers do go to Morocco and Europe over the winter, so I'm hoping to find people who are just like me, with similar mindsets, similar interests, and make some new friends along the journey. In a nutshell, those are the main reasons why I'm leaving the UK this winter. It's actually been a dream of mine to do it, to escape the depressive, cold, dark, wet winters here in the UK, and to go to Africa. It just sounds so exciting. I really want to go to the Sahara. I really want to try some surfing there. It will just be an amazing experience, and although I've listed a lot of the negative sides of why I'm leaving the UK, actually I'm going to focus on the positive sides of why I want to go and all of the positive experiences that I'm going to have in front of me. One thing I will miss about the UK winter is the clothes. I love a woolly hat and I love a fleece, and I love being cozy and warm. So that is one thing I will miss about the UK winter, but I'm sure it'll be a good trade-off for the sun. So let me know in the comments, have I missed anything? Any reasons to leave the UK this winter? And if you have any tips for me going abroad, please let me know as well, because this is my first time and this is a whole new experience for me. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. I also share more of my van travels on my Instagram at Ashley_Azoro, and if you'd like to support the channel a little extra, you can buy me a coffee or join my Patreon. Peace out and catch you next time.